You can probably hear it in my voice that still not over my sickness, but I figured for a second video in the night to make up for my absence, I would play this little record here, which, as you can see, it is a gramophone and typewriter from the United Kingdom. Um, Funny story about this. I originally got it for $2 because the original seller on eBay, whom I'll probably put a link in the description to, wanted to sell it for cheap because he said the grooves were too worn for, you know, it to be enjoyed by playing. Although I personally disagree, I will show you in a few minutes. I could not pass up the offer of a cheap gramophone and typewriter record. Now, from what I've seen, these usually go for at least the double digits, like $10 and up. And that's just for the 10-inch ones. And this is a 12-inch one, which is slightly rarer, but I think the 7-inch gramophone typewriters are even more rarer than that. Now, first time I played this, as you can see on this little marking here, I accidentally used a defective needle. And when I say defective, I mean that the needle was longer than usual. And I didn't think it would cause too much damage. However, it jumped the last groove, like during the first time I played it, ran right onto the label, which usually happens. However, because the needle was so long, it skipped directly over the spindle and just started carving into the record. And unfortunately ruined a very good looking label. And as a matter of fact, the seller said that the label was probably the best part of the record. Although I still think it's playable, even with how stressed the grooves are, which I think even if I move the camera away, you can still see, like right here, it's not even white, like you can see it's almost like a black groove that's standing out. And if you look, you can see the original speed indication, which a lot of these earlier gramophone typewriter records, before they switched over to HMV and started putting the speed like on the labels, they would actually put it like down here or on another part of the runout area. And the only problem with that was that they would usually wear off quickly and people would forget what the original speed was. This one, surprisingly, still has the original speed indication of 76 RPM. So, I'm going to be playing it, and I'll let you guys see, like, whether you think it's still worth playing or not. Personally, I think it still sounds good for its age. Pardon my sniffling. Like I said, I'm still trying to overcome. Oh, I forgot to mention this. Oh, crap. Sorry, it's been a while. I forgot to mention, this is verd'anni, miei. I heavily butchered that. From Ernani, which is a opera by Giuseppe Verdi, and is sung by baritone Mattia Battistini. Now, when I originally played this, I thought it was supposed to be played at 78, so when I played it, like, I thought, this is supposed to be a baritone, it sounds more like a tenor. But I played back at 76, it sounded a little more like a baritone. Although, personally, I think it sounds better at 74. I'm going to be playing it at 76 anyway. Oh my gosh. I thought I was better. I guess I'm not. Already a pretty rough start. obviously it's not perfect, but I'd say it's still playable. Oh, now you want to stop at the label. Okay. But, yeah. Really, most of that wear, or the audible wear, stress screws, like, that wasn't really audible till the very end. I mean, you could hear it in, like, the very beginning and at the middle, but it sounded the loudest to me at the end. But I mean, even with that, there were still some loud parts of the song, although the loudest parts were obviously the ones that were unfortunately dampened by the stress grooves. Okay, I think that's it.